Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to this powerful activation and also global grid working prayer call combination. We're actually going to start by reviewing the codes of the Mars Cazimi. The planet Mars is in the heart of the sun, one of our major luminaries here, illuminating many themes and codes for us on individual and collective levels. So we're actually going to be reading here, sharing a wonderful article written by astrologer Chani Nichols, all about the codes of this powerful conjunction that is happening at 9:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on November 17th, 2023. Mars Cazimi, aka conjunction with the sun. So we will be reviewing the key codes here for you to work with to apply to your own consciousness navigation journey. And then we will do a little activation with this for ourselves, anointing ourselves with these blessings and divine dispensations, inviting illumination, courage, power, action for the shift in our lives. And we will close with a global grid working visualization, some global crystal grid activation and grid work to support the collectives as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Marissa Indigo of Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School. And here we go. The planet Mars joins the sun once every 2 years, making a potent rebirth moment on our path to whatever we're striving for. This Cazimi clarifies our life's mission, cranks up our courage, and reinforces the stamina we need to see this journey through. Strike while the iron is hot. All right, so what's a Mars Cazimi? A Mars Cazimi is an exact conjunction between the sun and Mars, the planet of drive, courage, and agency. As the cosmos rabble-rouser slips into the golden temple of the sun, its vitality is replenished and clarified. Whatever is muddying the force of your convictions, the sun's rays burn through it. That includes any outdated defense mechanisms, the chip on the shoulder that's serving no purpose, the tiring battles that are merely distractions. Purified in the sun's cosmic kiln, the mission that is really meant for us will emerge. Unlike Venus Cazimis, which happen every 9 months or so, and Mercury Cazimis, which occur 6 to 7 times per year, Mars Cazimis take place every 2 years. When planets join the sun, they restart a new cycle. You can think of this Cazimi as a fresh call to adventure, an opportunity to start again, your righteous reset button. Cazimis are always auspicious moments for the planet involved. But this Mars Cazimi has extra oomph. That is because Mars' huddle with the sun happens while our warrior is in its home sign of Scorpio. In astrology, there are certain signs that the planets feel more comfortable in. It's as if they're on home turf with all their resources at hand. Mars has a special dignity in Scorpio, while here, its strategy will be more of a slow burn than a flurry of fireworks. Think cloak and dagger precision over brute force. Scorpio is just fine, waiting for the right moment to strike, when maximum impact can be achieved. In a way, we will all be discovering our tactical streaks and inner martial artists. We will be learning to control and contain our power as patience becomes a virtue and the ace up our sleeves. What makes this Cazimi so supportive? On November 17th, when Mars is issued a VIP pass into the sun's dressing room, a couple of supportive aspects will occur. A trine to the planet Neptune hints at the imaginative and even transcendent potential of this new quest, allowing Mars to advocate for an ideal bigger than itself. The coming years will bring a royal flush to your visionary powers and the tenacity to actually build these castles in the sky. Consider your imagination elevated and your compassion doubled. This Cazimi is also aided by Pluto and Capricorn, helping us to draw on a reservoir of profound inner resources. We will have the courage to flow with rather than resist cycles of regeneration. Though Pluto's long journey through the bedrock of Capricorn revealed the shadow side of cultures of supremacy, it's time to rebuild from the rubble of the systems that failed us, to forge ahead with reforms that will uplift the collective and the earth too, to refuse any bottom line that benefits only a select few. Both of these transits are helpful to the Mars Cazimi mission. On a personal level, this is a particularly potent Cazimi to work with, as Mars can flex its full potential in Scorpio. Depending on where the Cazimi falls in your chart, you'll receive a serious power up in the themes related to that life area. If there's a project you're pondering that requires extra stamina and laser focus, use the Mars Cazimi to move boldly ahead. Sharing here some lessons from the last Mars Cazimi in Scorpio. To get a sense of what we might expect from the coming Mars Cazimi in Scorpio, it helps us to reflect on the last one, which occurred on November 8th, 1991. That's how rare they are. Mars Cazimis in this sign of Scorpio only happen every 32 or 15 years as the pattern alternates in the heavens above. Just 2 days before the last Mars Cazimi in Scorpio, on November 6, 1991, the Soviet Union's KGB ceased all operations. For decades, this shadowy secret agency had suppressed dissent, served as an arm of the state police, committed espionage, and upheld the totalitarian regime. The KGB would totally dissolve the following month, demonstrating the power of a Mars Cazimi to hit the reset button, even on an institutional level. The Cazimi ushered in another symbolic end to a period of global conflict. The last of the oil fires in Kuwait, set alight by retreating Iraqi troops, were extinguished just days before Mars Cazimi on November 8th. Though the Gulf War, an armed conflict between Iraq and a 42-country coalition led by the United States, officially ended in February of 1991. The Iraqi scorched earth policy dragged on for months. As far as this military tactic goes, it's hard not to think of the Scorpio wounding itself as it deals its defensive sting. Aside from martial matters, Mars also rules over athletics. November 1991 saw the debut of the first ever Women's FIFA World Cup taking place in Guangdong, China. It took 61 years for FIFA to establish a female version of the tournament, even though women have been playing at the sport since its inception. The Mars Cazimi ushered in a much-needed reform in outdated gendered norms relating to sports. In fact, a woman would go on to hold the record for the most goals scored in World Cup history. Striker Marta Vieira da Silva from Brazil has scored 17 goals against 5 tournaments, a dazzling feat of athleticism. Prepare for a fiery rebirth. The Cazimi on November 17th is not only the beginning of a new Mars journey, but it also brings revelations. Thunderclaps of epiphany and deep inner stirrings define what's ready for renewal in relation to our agency, autonomy, self-assertion, and power. Remember that the cosmos speaks its truth in many tongues. Keep your spidey senses primed around this date for synchronicities, profound dreams, and intel in passing conversations. Get curious and tune in. The Mars Cazimi on November 17th isn't only a time for reflection. Representing such a vital renewal of our will, it's also an opportunity to clarify everything you're ready to fight for, a time to recommit to your potential, to relish in everything that makes you feel vital. And here she lists a couple wonderful ways to make Mars Cazimi magic. Mars is the planet of self-assertion, courage, will, and conviction. The following rituals will help you to hone Mars fire. Call on your courage and reclaim your power. Carve Mars symbol into a red candle and light it any time you need to fuel your inner fire. Work with Mars's heat by attending a hot yoga class, lingering in your gym's sauna, or meditating in front of a candle's flame. Make altar offerings to Mars so you can channel its courage. Chili peppers, figures of scorpions, your favorite Swiss Army knife, red cloth, matchboxes, and even a pair of scissors will all do in a pinch. Write your goals on a post-it note. Bonus points for red ink, and trail them around your bathroom mirror, your desk, your car dashboard, or anywhere you'll see them frequently. You can even change your phone backdrop to something that inspires your inner warrior and your desktop on your computer. Be bold. This Cazimi will bless your courage, so dare to make the first move, set a boundary, or initiate a difficult conversation. Wear scents, clothes, jewelry, and colors that make you feel empowered. Doing so will help channel this Mars energy toward a boost in self-confidence. Remind yourself and your friends that you can do difficult things. Set up a group chat to support your besties in their Mars journeys. Archive your most morale-boosting memes. Experiment with activities that trigger a nervous system response in a safe and controlled way. Practices such as cold water plunges, acupuncture, and eating spicy food will teach your body to tolerate stress. Stay alert for synchronicities, messages, and downloads that highlight what you're retrieving or remembering around your will and determination. Check out your transits of your chart. Read the description of your natal Mars. So you want to get in touch with your chart if you have not yet done so. I have a free resource to teach you how to pull your chart completely all for free. online. The link will be in this description box below. It's the True North ebook, and it teaches you how to pull your Western zodiac chart. And of course, I'm also available for evolutionary astrology sessions to really look at your chart and dive deep into your Mars. All that information is in the description box below. And now we will proceed to our ritual and activation, and then collective grid work prayer. Greetings, collective soul tribe. We are inspired to share the activation and global gridwork intention setting for ourselves and for humanity, working with Mars Cazimi, the sun in the higher realms, the light shining down upon the planet, the light from the sun, one of our main luminaries in space, illuminates and radiates the conscious light onto the planet through Mars. It is important to note that Mars, depending upon the waves of consciousness, how this energy is received will have different effects for those who have done more of their healing work, perhaps have put more in the journey, more integration. This will continue to illuminate emotions for further clarity for you, as well as being about the healing. You will receive genius insight. There's the possibility for whole new transformations of identity, new senses of self, new resources within, mining our self-value, new levels of courage, empowerment, energy. This welcomes us to opening into the highest octaves of the light warriors, the love warriors, the bringers of peace, the keepers of the book of love, the keepers of the flame, that pure solid energy to assist the shift. Let us cast out a prayer infusing the global grids with a diamond crystalline light. Let us now ground into the center of the earth ourselves with our breath and continue to the activation. Breathing in through the nose, out through softly parted lips, eyes closed, starting to soften, face, eyes, tongue, belly, breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through softly parted lips, allowing this exhale to anchor us more deeply, our consciousness arriving, landing fully from the skin in. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in the diamond light and setting a root now from your root chakra, tailbone area, down to the heart core of Mother Earth to connect and stabilize, to feel her love, her presence, her groundedness, and the untapped potential of abundance of resources and support. Affirming all we have to do is ask. All we have to do is ask. Breathing, feeling this connection, this anchoring with the heart core of Mother Earth between us and our root. I'm feeling that connection, that stability, the inner peace that comes from this feeling held and secured and stabilized like a tether, a divine anchor. Feeling connected to our support systems in every way, on every level, and asking for more to show up. And now continuing with this breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and the invitation here is to alight the sacred fires. So the visual we were given for this Mars Cazimi is to imagine little candles, little tea lights, the flames of the tea lights activating, flickering on one by one within you, starting first with the heart. Seeing a candle in the heart and lighting that flame, and seeing the flame flicker within the heart center, illuminating the caverns of the self, the walls of the heart. Breathing. And now lighting the candle at the root chakra, connecting root and heart, seeing that light flicker throughout the root and that connection to Gaia, feeling the enlivening energy. Now placing the candle and igniting it in the throat chakra for expression and receiving your own wisdom and insight and transcribing through the various ways. Lighting now the candle in the third eye and starting to see the connections coming on. So we start with heart and root first so that we are anchored in the new earth timelines, the highest paradigms of human potential and illumination, evolution and genius, potential and creativity, aligned with our soul, calling forth the unified aspects of self, that we feel the oneness with our higher self, calling forth our mighty I am. And seeing these flames now illuminated in each chakra. Now seeing the flame also in the crown and in the soul star chakra above that. And just breathing and enjoying the sensation of the illumination of the fires within. Seeing all the chakras now of the original 7, the first physical components of flames of the chakras, the vortexes, each one having a flame, a little candle. So we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and seeing the flicker of the 7 candles, feeling the power of the 7, calling forth the 7. Now we continue to breathe in this diamond light, and we're going to send a golden braid from the crown of our head all the way up through the soul star, up into Solaris, our sun, and the suns beyond suns, into the grand central sun, and then all the way into the galactic center. So we are receiving divine information all the way down through the line to assist our process, our life, our abundance, our thriving, our healing abilities, our bodies, our gifts, our mission, coming down from galactic center through all of these different solar portals, and then coming down through the filter of the divine higher octave of Mars, the mystic, the martial artist, the adept, the initiate, the magician, the priest and priestess, activating all of these codes, calling in the mighty I am, inviting the diamond light, diamond platinum waves of grace, inhaling in, exhaling out. And now we invite and connect the archangels of unconditional love and joy and beauty and light, calling upon Archangel Michael of the same with his sword of blue lightning sapphire flame to be present with us here and to support us individually and collectively and as a global family, a global crystalline network of souls, touching every willing heart, every man, woman, and child. We call on the Rose Council, the Yeshua, Divine Cosmic Mother, and Heavenly Father to be present and bear witness, along with the ancestors, the elementals, the devas, the ancestors of the land, the kingdoms, the keepers of the seasons and weather, to support the birthing of humanity into the golden age, and to touch each and every willing heart, every man, woman, and child upon the sacred earth, assisting all. Breathing in, asking for support from on high and from the universal heart, now seeing that we are flooding the earth with gold energy, Christed diamond golden energy, calling for the remembering of peace and love, self-love, illumination, calling for the activation with this solar energy, the appropriate memory triggers, highest aligned activation enhancements in divine alignment with every soul on this planet, calling in the most beautiful, harmonious, loving, kind outcomes for the acceleration of the shift now and forever, ad infinitum. With this sun illuminating Mars, the planet of action and pioneering, the first flame, the catalyst of consciousness of the light of inspiration, individuation, soul fire, heart fire, creative individuation from the flames of God, the higher octaves of pure potential, creative genius, physical stamina and energy, and a catalytic atomic potential for conscious creation as a soul having a physical and a human and a spiritual experience here on the sacred planet Earth. We call for that lower octave in any potential expressions, a potential for very intense emotions when those who have repressed their needs, perhaps leading to rage, perhaps leading even to violence and seeing red. We honor this emotional process for humanity as it matures and evolves in this now. We honor the repression and call forth the love and compassion to allow a safe release for all beings, to release their suffering in a safe and loving and kind an evolved fashion. And again, we honor this emotional process for each one of us and for humanity as it matures and evolves into their soul level awareness, embodiment, consciousness, heart-centered functioning coming into the flesh through action now with this sacred alignment of Mars and our sun. And we call forth the ruby ray, seeing the ruby in the root chakras, seeing this beautiful ruby red glow in your root right now. Seeing that ruby root connecting with your root chakra and going down into the heart of the earth, seeing this ruby ray flooding the crystalline grids of the planet, seeing the diamond light and the ruby ray weaving, infiltrating, expanding, surrounding, enveloping all of the sacred sites, all of the ley lines, the vortices that come to mind of the planet. Our favorite places as well, places where we have been on the planet and exchanged our DNA by being there in the physical, eating, participating, breathing, walking, cycling the breath, cycling the elimination of waste also on that part of the planet. Everywhere we have been, we have exchanged DNA. We have left our crystals in the grids at those points. Let us breathe now, and on the exhale, envision the connections to everywhere we have left DNA on this planet, seeing those lines light up, beaming, broadcasting love and appreciation with every beat of our heart, feeling the memories of the powerful occurrences, the activations that happen there. What did we experience? What magic and healing, what revelation, what beauty and transcendence in these places. What sacred messages from Source, from the universe, from the divine, from God, welcoming in these sensations of unity through the body and the mind and the heart with Source. We call forth again the ancestors. We call upon the shield of the grandmothers and the staff of the grandfathers throughout time and space, throughout every Terran or earthly life, an all-star family of love, calling upon these ancestors to bear witness, to be present with us as we send out this collective vision and prayer and intent and wish, heartfelt wish, for the light of the sun, Solaris, the solar logos, the solar consciousness, the solar cosmic Christed states of being shine upon Mars, this powerful action-oriented atomic power center of creative potential to assist the gentle, loving, miraculous, inspiring, beautiful activation of the mighty I Am presence for each one of us and for humanity. The awareness and connection for every willing heart, every man, woman, and child to know, to remember. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. We remember who we are. We remember who we are and why we came. Taking a few breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Softly parted lips. Allow this stream of energy to continue to flood your being, inviting a divine shower of healing crystalline light, diamond water raining, pouring down upon you from on high, into your life, into your home, into every aspect of your life and your timeline, to assist you in this now in activating, clearing, and releasing, embodying, welcoming in, saying yes to that which your heart desires, your soul desires, your soul calls for, mastering, using our focused intent as the most powerful form of creation itself, receiving greater joy and inspiration, strength, creative genius, and healing, establishing a more visceral, tangible bond and connection now within, with our higher self. Committing now also to the daily communication, the daily discipline as this martial artist of soul and source, a daily practice of check-in, connection with the self to establish this unified state. We suggest the activating the Divine Architect Codes activation for this process of a daily assimilation, an entrainment with your mighty I Am within your cognitive and focused and present awareness in the heart. Thank you so much for joining us for this today. Namaste.